We see a little bit, the series ends with the Nostromo taking off or something like that.
My name's Ellen Ripley. I'm going into space.
Yes.
I got a future latte for Ellen Ripley.
Yeah. Or Dakota Johnson's at a baby shower for an what are we gonna name her?
Trying to open a space Pepsi. Welcome back to the Breakroom. There were lots and lots of trailers this week. We didn't get a chance to watch them all. So grab a bucket of fries because it's time to catch up. That's right, it's a Breakroom trailer trawl. Hit that graphic.
Who wrote that joke?
I wrote that joke. It's a good joke. The people liked it. I'm Brandon Barrick. Joining me today, we found her in a crashed spaceship. It's Gina Ippolito.
I need to get home.
We want to get you home, Gina. We really do. Also joining us today, he thinks Alphaba is too green. It's Zach Huddleston.
Hey, cracking a bureau for the guys, you know what I mean?
Zach, you're still on the clock. You can't have a bureau.
0.5% alcohol. Ooh.
Thank you.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Less than. It says less than 0.5.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm gonna have to get through 9 or 10 of these during the show.
He's got to crack a buzz by the end of the show.
That's right.
Thanks, Tom Holland, for sending those over. He didn't send them over. We paid for those.
I know.
They're pretty good, though.
We expensed them. We expensed
it's not
them.
bad at all. It's like a dank LaCroix.
Dank LaCroix.
Oh.
Sometimes you get those like LaCroix that sat in the cooler 2 days after the party and all the ice is gone. You're like, I'll drink this.
It's like
Dank LaCroix sounds like a RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, that would
right.
be a dank.
That is.
I am Dank LaCroix. That's a free one. Someone could take that.
It's that Pamplemousse done got to...
Pampla Bruce?
Yeah, that's right. Pamplemousse. Yeah.
We're going to watch some fun trailers today. There's Alien Earth, which was great. The Fantastic Four trailer, the Wicked trailer. We'll watch a bunch of them today. We also got a little Freakier Friday trailer. Freaky Friday
It's
heads.
freakier than the first.
But before we get into all of that, be sure to check out nerdriot.shop. Where you can always get the latest and greatest of new Rockstars merch. We've got some fun Fantastic Four merch on there right now. There's a Herbie,
I got
new Herbie shirt. Gina's wearing the Galactus Eater of Worlds shirt.
Your world.
And you don't have to just get a shirt.
That's right. We got mugs on there. In fact, fan of New Rockstars reached out with a picture of him drinking out of our Future Foundation mug. Jeffrey Ritchie was.
What does his mouth look like? We'll never know.
Maybe his mouth is the mug.
He might not be a fan of the show, just a fan of the mugs.
That's
That's
true.
true. That's
That
true.
was a cool mug, actually. I don't know if I've
The
seen
Future
that one.
Foundation shirt, big, very popular. People like it.
Oh,
People like
good.
it. We also remind, check it out, nerdright.shop. Also, quick plug, if you're not subscribed to the NR Highlights channel, what the heck is wrong with you?
What is that?
Great question, Gina. I'm glad you asked that. It's a separate channel where we post short clips and highlights from our podcast shows, like Sneak Peek and Rumor Rundown. Maybe some new other shows soon. Who knows? But just 10-minute little snippets. Look, just subscribe to it. You get a little. You don't have to watch the whole show. You get a little fun little tidbit. And if YouTube ever shuts us down, we'll just move over there.
That's right.
Boom, bada boom. And our highlights.
Escape
Check it out.
hatch.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about trailers, guys. This was like kind of a big little week for trailers.
Big little week.
Big little week. Some we were warned about, some that just like showed up.
I hate it when they just show up. Not
yeah.
even a courtesy text.
I know. You gotta knock first. We thought we might get Superman first, but we did get like a Fantastic Four trailer because those tickets are on sale now. I don't know what they're waiting for with Superman.
But there was some new footage in an NBA playoffs commercial.
Yes, they did drop that. And James Gunn today actually said on Instagram that like we're done. Like last VFX
Picture
shot is
locked.
finished.
Yeah.
Boom, it's ready to go. So look out for that Superman trailer soon. But we got other trailers this week. So let's catch up on them. First, the one, this is a new trailer, not like a second or third. They put out teasers before, but they put out a full trailer for Alien Earth.
Oh, I'm excited about
Coming to FX and Hulu starting August 12th, a new series.
Some real revelations because though
We didn't know much about the show.
Yeah, there hasn't been like a lot written about the plot of this show or even like what it's about necessarily, though it does involve aliens and it will take place on Earth.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
yes. They
but
nailed the title.
we get some interesting plot tidbits
Yeah,
in this.
because we didn't know when it was set. We didn't know like where in the alien timeline.
Right.
It was gonna.
But
it was
this
gonna
will
be. happening.
This takes place just before the first Alien movie. Let's check it out, Brian. Let's pull up that Alien Earth trailer.
Looks great. Obviously, this is the first television excursion in the Alien.
Yeah,
But it looked
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looked
Yes,
good.
it does look good. And I mean, interesting. I think like this is kind of a new revelation. We're going to kind of see the origin of the synthezoids, right? Like of the
Is that-
androids, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had David, which was
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender's character in Prometheus and...
Which can't come before.
Yeah,
yeah,
Prometheus
yeah.
and
So maybe, but this is like a
Comeuppance or Chronicle
Covenant?
or
Covenant.
Thank you.
But so
Use
this
the
is
C word.
okay. You're right. And so this takes place in the timeline between those prequels
Yes.
and
Yes, the
the
first
OG
Alien.
film with
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver,
Yes.
which also that film coincides with the most recent Romulus.
Yes.
as
That's
well.
before
So-
Romulus.
Yeah.
Right,
So this
right,
is
but it's-
pre-Romulus,
yeah.
but not maybe we don't know how pre.
Right,
Immediately
well,
before.
Alien
2120?
is... I think Alien is like timeline. I think the first one was like 2179. I'm guessing off the top of my head. Nailed it. Alien was 2122.
Oh.
Alien Earth is 2120. Alien Romulus is 2142.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Aliens is 2179. So this is 2
Right
years before
Yeah,
Alien.
yeah. So it
great.
is right before.
So yeah, right before. So
And
maybe
like-
even we see a little bit. The series ends with the Nostromo taking off or
My
something
name,
like that.
yeah.
Maybe.
My name's Ellen Ripley. I'm going into space.
Or don't you think like the series?
I got a future latte for Ellen Ripley.
yeah.
You just see the back of curly hair.
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
else.
Or yeah, Dakota Johnson's at a baby shower for
Yeah.
what are we gonna name her? No, that,
Trying to open a space Pepsi.
yeah, that doesn't line up. But like you could see maybe this series ends with they have exterminated the aliens that made it to
Yeah,
Earth.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But like Wayland Yutani's like, well then we gotta get more.
Because
of 'em.
basically, you know, this is like kind of the craziness of it all. And you might forget this from like Prometheus and Covenant, but like it's implied that David discovers the engineers, kills them, discovers the goo, and through the goo makes the modern version
Yes.
of the xenomorph that we come to know. And like Wayland Yutani's kind of like aware of what he's doing out there, and they're like, oh, we got to go get these things that he's made because they're the perfect weapon. Because that's his whole thing. He wants to create like this perfect weapon.
Or like the perfect like creature. that can,
life
that can-
form.
Yeah. That can like
Right.
you know defend itself and is immune.
And
to
it might be because
diseases
I don't
and-
think the xenomorph would ever create artificial intelligence. So it does make it the
Yeah.
perfect creature.
Also, they're right. Look at us. We're soft and squishy, and we get sick constantly.
Our blood is not acid.
Yeah.
Unless you've had way too many beer.
Hey! Slow him down, guys.
It's a party.
That's all Wayland Yutani had to do.
Dad, how many bureaus did you have at work today? I'm sober, dude.
Yeah, but this series is going to be great. I often think though that like serialized horror is a challenge.
Okay.
Making a scary show is not easy. There's a reason that kind of like before the first season of Walking Dead, it hadn't been done that much.
Yeah, okay.
We've seen a lot more in the last 15 years than I
Yeah.
feel like we'd ever seen before. I mean,
Walking
also
Dead,
that.
by the way, one of the most successful shows in the past like 20 years.
And they figured it out, you know, around the same time. American Horror Story was kind of coming at it from a very different angle.
Yeah.
We've seen other, you know, The Last of Us certainly has stretches that feel like a horror movie, but it is hard, right? Like the tension
Yeah,
and
'cause
the
you have-
dread
yeah.
that you can generate in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It's very different to do that in 60-minute chunks over the course of 12 weeks or
Yeah,
whatever.
because you have to keep starting from zero again. Like someone
Yeah.
just walked out of their kitchen and sat down.
Starting from Bureau.
Starting from zero.
No, but I will say that like to me, Legion was a great example of
okay.
like it had horror elements, like when you had the man who, spoiler alert, turned out to be the Shadow King. And he's like walking around in David's mind, basically. That was always a jump scare when he like showed up. But I think like if anyone could sort of do this, it's Noah Hawley, because I think the Alien movies, your mileage may vary. Like you have the best ones like Alien and Aliens. Maybe someone put Romulus up there. You have the questionable ones, which usually are like some sort of crossover, Alien versus Predator. Which hey, I like.
those aren't even questionable.
I
those
like-
are the bad ones.
I like
I
those.
thought you were gonna say like Alien Resurrection.
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah,
questionable.
yeah.
Or
I
Alien
can
Threes and
3.
fours, yeah.
But I think that what Noah Hawley does well is he's like, yeah, you want like character development? I'll give
Yeah.
you character development. You want horror elements? I'll give you that. He knows how to mix those things together.
And that's what you have to do even on a scary show. Like even The Walking Dead, there's long stretches that are like about people and their relationships.
Yeah.
It can't always be
People
running
are the
from
monsters,
zombies,
yeah.
right?
Right,
Like,
right.
and so in this, it will be like in the long stretches in which there's not a xenomorph chasing somebody down or a face hugger
Yeah.
leaping out at somebody. You need interesting characters you care about. I'm sure there'll be a lot of like politics and corporate espionage and like those kind of threads.
Guys,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think late stage capitalism is bad right now?
I mean, that's later
Also,
stage.
we all know that if there was like some sort of acid-blooded alien that was found right now, our government would be like, how do we weaponize this? What can we do?
Yeah.
Oh,
How
and
do we
there'd
make
be
it work for us?
there'd be armies of stands on Twitter being like, actually, the xenomorphs have a good point.
And then there would be other people like, there's actually not xenomorphs. Like, no one's ever seen one, and it's really just the flu. That's what they're saying. The flu ate my mother's brain out and put a facehugger in her chest.
Yeah. Hey, if only my mom hadn't been vaccinated, that thing wouldn't have popped out of her chest.
She got the shot, and then she got the pop. You know what I'm talking about? Everyone who's been chest bursted got the vax.
It's a real Fauci burster.
We've got a lot of bureaus here on the channel, folks. I'm so excited for the show, and I love Timothy Olyphant. And
Oh,
I
you do.
love-
You do
I
love
stand
August
him
12th.
big time.
And the nice thing, it's coming out, starts mid-August. I don't know exactly how many episodes, but like kind of lead right up into fall and into Halloween
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, Halloween Creep is all the way into August.
I
now,
love.
so
I
it's
mean,
like-
listen, they just released a Mickey popcorn bucket design today, so
I mean,
it's never
yeah.
too early.
Yeah, they start doing those Halloween parties in August.
Yeah.
At Disneyland.
When you're sweating your balls off.
It
and
makes
you're just
sense
like,
though, because if you wait till the 31st, it's over the next day.
Yeah.
So you gotta get it in early. Gotta get it in early. Okay.
Speaking of getting in early, we got a Fantastic Four tickets on sale.
That's right. There's
Yeah.
been a lot of footage from Fantastic Four. They put out a new trailer on Wednesday when the tickets went on sale. Of course, that movie comes out July 25th. Let's check out this trailer. A couple new shots, not a ton. They're really they're keeping their powder dry.
I
for
mean,
this
they
movie.
should. They should.
Let's check out this tickets on
Can't
sale.
blow
trailer
your
for
load.
Fantastic Four.
Robert Downey Jr.
I know.
Blind
It kind of looks like him a little bit, like young Robert Downey. It looks like the barf version
it
of
actually
Robert Downey
does
Jr.
look like, yeah.
You put him in the dark hair.
Yeah. Eric has already put out a breakdown of this trailer that's live on the New Rockstars channel. He pointed out a couple things. Now, one thing I disagree with him on. So there's you only hear it in voiceover, but you hear Reed Richards say, Johnny now.
Yeah.
Eric was saying that like, oh, people are saying it's Johnny now, but it's really Johnny no. I'm like, I think it's Johnny now.
You don't think he's doing a White Lotus like Johnny now?
Now, Parker
Wait,
Posey.
in what world does it sound like no? I don't
To
understand
Eric, it
the
sounded
thinking.
like Johnny no.
Johnny, no.
No, Johnny.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
Pedro
and
Pascal.
who knows?
Pascal.
We don't see anybody on screen voicing it, so it could be an ADR
The closed
situation.
caption did say Johnny now.
Yes, I think
Oh,
it is Johnny
yeah.
now.
I think
It's
it
clearly
is. I
Johnny
think
now.
it's Johnny now, but that's not where it happens in the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
He doesn't tell him like now fly off and flame on
Kill-
or whatever.
Tell
Yeah,
Eric
yeah.
to get his ass in here so we can tell him. he's wrong.
Another thing, Eric had a quibble. I don't know how folks in the chat feel, but like that we do get a clobbering time, but it's not Ben saying it. It's Johnny
Right.
saying it, and Ben just saying, "Oh yeah," and it's like let him say his thing, right?
I think he'll say it eventually.
I think he will say it. Aren't you saving it? Isn't it sort of like an Avengers
yeah.
Assemble type of thing? Because like I actually like it after seeing. I mean, again, like I helped with the breakdowns for the original, so after seeing him say it so many times, I like that they found a new way to work it in.
Do you think at one point he'll pick up Baby Franklin and be like, "Oh, I guess it's slobbering time. This baby's drooling all over the place."
Yeah, I actually do. That does actually seem very like on brand.
If they say it's slobbering time,
Do you think
I want to check.
And we know he has some cooking scenes with Herbie. Do you think he's baking at some point and he gets out the most popular brand of baking powder and he says, it's clabberin' time.
Oh my
the
God.
Clabber girl.
The most popular. It's not Arm & Hammer.
No, what is it? Oh, it's baking
Oh, baking powder.
powder,
is
not
the
baking soda,
clabbering.
baking powder. Clabber girl. Yeah, anyway. Guys, did we go too far for that one? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Bureau.
Did
Give
you
us
guys
credit,
did
you're
you
right.
guys get tickets, or are you waiting to see if we're invited to something?
Both. I will gladly see it the second time with the ticket I bought. I hope to see it early.
See, I didn't buy a ticket because I was like, are we gonna get invited to something?
Let's hope.
I think they will invite people to this. I think they're feeling good about it after the test screening.
Yeah, certified shills over here. Come on, hook us up.
Yeah, invite us. We want that popcorn bucket.
That was like Thunderbolts. They were handing out screenings of that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they knew they had a good one.
But then
We tried
I
to see Cat 4. Sorry.
In my screening, I had to sit in the front row. That's how popular
You gotta show
it
up
was.
early. You gotta show up early to those.
Speaking of popcorn buckets.
Oh yes. So you may have seen the news. They're gonna have a popcorn bucket. That's the new. Our
different
economy
ones.
runs on popcorn buckets now. They're gonna have one for Fantastic Four.
Multiple designs were
Multiple
released.
designs.
Yeah.
The most popular one is this Galactus head one they put out. This bad boy here.
Yeah.
The largest popcorn vessel ever made. They're saying.
Is that what they're saying?
Yes. It also came out today. I think it's gonna cost $80.
$79.99. Yeah.
We have strayed
Limited
too far.
stock.
Now is that $80 with popcorn, or you got to pay for the popcorn on top of that?
I
The
think
popcorn's $30 on its own.
$80 popcorn bucket. I think we've strayed too far from God's light.
Maybe. Listen, if
Well,
this is how the people are gonna make money.
It has
do
LED lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe, like, if you open up the mouth on it, there is a planet in it.
Yeah. You can also open up the mouth on it and do whatever you
It's an
want.
everlasting. It's an everlasting gobstopper in there, and then you
Now
can
they're
eat it.
describing this as the biggest bucket, and they've given out dimensions online, but I think that's hard to conceptualize. You know, like
Yeah.
you don't know.
How-
It is 20 inches wide by 17.
Because sometimes you're like, is that a giant pen, or does Zach just really
Yeah.
tiny?
Yeah, that's true. Or like, is Gina really small,
Yeah.
and those other guys are average size,
Yeah.
or
Is that a Bureau tall boy or is that a regular size one? Well, we put our heads together here in the office. We got some structural engineers involved, and we have created the dimensions we believe the popcorn bucket will look like. I got a little mock-up for you here. This is to scale. This is 17 and a half inches tall and 20 inches wide.
it's bigger than a human
Forgive
head?
me on the face. I had to do the face.
Now,
again.
for some.
Well, here I got a dune bucket here.
Yeah, and here's the Deadpool.
Yeah, here's
Wolverine.
a Deadpool Wolverine. So you're gonna be sitting there.
Oh.
You know, this is what you were like at the movies before. You know, oh god, I got stuck.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Homer Simpson right now.
Now you're
when
gonna
he
be
gets the big
sitting like
beard.
this.
It's like, yeah, it's
I mean,
big, I guess.
yeah, and then you're gonna
I
go
wanted
in.
it to be bigger.
You're gonna go in. You're gonna be like, oh.
And then the LED lights are gonna blind everyone in the theater.
Yeah, that's a great point. And like, depending on the height of your lap and the length of
Yeah.
your torso, it could even block your view. If you're a little kid,
Yeah, or me.
I'm trying to see the movie. I don't like this.
I mean, you're being a real devourer of popcorn worlds right now.
It's pretty
some
big.
Brandon
yeah.
spent the entire morning.
I spent way too much time doing this. I had a lot of stuff to do today.
This is what Brandon gets paid for.
And
It's just to scale. This is crazy.
it is. It's
Yeah.
totally
I also,
scale.
am I the only one? If I ever do get popcorn at movies,
Don't do
I'll
it,
get a
it's terrible.
small,
Yeah.
and I still can't finish that crap. Who's
Well,
That might be
Gina,
just you.
To be fair,
You know.
you are
it's a
tiny.
lot of popcorn
Look at this
in
thing
those
next to Gina.
things.
Gina could live.
My problem with
Gina could live in
popcorn.
this thing.
Yeah, and obviously this is aimed at a very specific subset of collectors, people that are obsessed with this kind of stuff, people that want to put this on their bookshelf. Look, it is.
Oh my gosh.
It's literally
Bigger than you, Gina.
to scale on Gina's head.
This is when Galactus goes to his own improv show and wears his own face on a t-shirt.
We've lost Gina.
Can I get a suggestion? A one-word suggestion of what would fit in this space?
Dildo factory.
I heard seafood shop.
That's not what I said.
I heard man in the third row said something I couldn't understand.
There's also released at the same time. There was an image of a Herbie. And that was a snack
sipper?
container.
Or a snack?
Yeah, it was a drink with like snack holders.
Because then you get it can hold a candy, a popcorn, and a soda.
I don't know if we have a price on the Herbie.
No, I don't have a price
And of
on
course,
the
like these are AMC designs.
Yeah.
Regal will have their own buckets. Probably Cinemark might have their own.
I'm not spending $80 for a popcorn bucket.
No,
unless
I'm
I
not
can
doing
then resell it for $800.
But that's my thing. If that's how they want to make their money, do it that way. That's fine, because I won't be lured in by
I
this.
guess if you have a whole family with you.
You can't get me to buy souvenirs. I won't do it.
Honestly, I saw that cup and I was like, I gotta get to Disney and buy this cup. And then I was like, what am I doing with a Disney cup?
These are great. These are the steel ones. I think they're worth it. Anyways.
You got a lot of those.
We got another trailer this week, guys.
Hell yes.
Two more.
This one brought tears
Brandon's
to my
gonna
eyes.
cry like a
This
little
one was
baby.
The second part of Wicked, the movie of the year last year, according to me. They put out their first trailer for Wicked for Good, coming later this year. Let's go ahead and cry. Let's take a look at this bad boy.
I
great
admit
stuff.
that I watched
Great
watched Wicked Part 1 on a screener in my apartment.
You never saw it in theaters?
No.
Oh,
I
it
know,
was a good
I know.
theater experience.
Listen, we see a lot of movies
understand.
here.
I'm
There's
not-
a
I'm
lot
not
of
dragging you. I'm
content.
not
I
dragging
get I'm in 9 million unions. They all
yeah.
send me screeners. It's hard to resist the allure of just, well,
I would
I
say
can just turn it on my TV right now, even though it's still in theaters.
if they re-release part 1 like ahead of this, you should go check it out in the theater.
I will.
It's
I will.
It was a fun experience, and like the ending hit in the theater too.
Yeah.
When the title screen came up in that old school
But
style.
I hate other people.
I know that is a problem.
I don't.
That's a bigger issue, maybe, to be addressed.
If they could just give me the theater by myself.
5 or 6 bureaus.
You know who else hates people? Alphabet? I don't know. I don't understand the characters very well.
You don't get it? You don't get it? Eric and I were talking when we were at Epic Universe, actually. It's like, how does Universal capitalize on the success of this movie once this part 2's done?
Yeah.
Because there were additional books written by the author
That have never been adapted.
that have never been turned into
That,
like
by the way,
a
that
stage
Wicked
show.
book is crazy.
It's very different.
I don't,
Don't go into
I don't
it.
like it. I don't like it.
If you enjoyed the movie or the stage show, do not read the book.
I read the book after I saw
Yeah.
I saw it like out here at the what's the
Right,
Broadway
right.
version, the Amundsen or something.
The Pantages?
The Pantages. Yes, the Pantages. And then I was like, I should really read this book. And then I was like, ugh,
No.
what's happening? Animal orgies? What am I doing?
Yeah, they really took
What
the
am I
best
reading?
parts of the book.
Yeah.
The
It's-
book
It's really
and,
it's like a girl that you knew in college, and then like she grows up to be like a Wicca, and she's like, I'm gonna write a book.
Yeah. I just saw
It's gonna have animals fucking.
I just saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child last night, and that's like the other way it went, where it was like, oh, these books were good. Let's make a stage. What is this? I have a lot of thoughts on that. Everyone in it did a great job, and the practical effects are great. I just think, story-wise, insane. Yeah, I'm very excited for this movie. Comes out in November. Now, the movie won Academy Awards for like costuming and maybe set design also or something else.
Yeah.
Do you think it's got any chance? They'll have 2 original songs, like I said.
Yeah.
I think the song category now is up for grabs.
Pretty wide open.
Anyone
A lot
can
of
win that.
musicals get released.
I was gonna say, I think like musicals are a hard sell to the modern Academy.
Right.
I don't know why. I don't know if they
Tell
think
that to
like,
Chicago.
Tell that to La La Land, which won and then didn't win.
Yeah.
But won lots of other awards.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of speculation this last year that like, well, the same thing happened to Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2. Anytime, Academy voters know that there's going to be another close sequel coming, even if the movies are really great, they want to reward. It's the Return of the King phenomenon.
Right.
They always want to reward the final entrant and not reward earlier entrants. So maybe this one.
Yeah.
Does that mean Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is going to get that Oscar?
Not until Tom Cruise is dead in the ground.
I do think it's a lock for that new stunts category, though.
Listen, I love the Mission Impossible movies. Do not give that stunt Oscar to Tom Cruise.
No,
Even
I don't.
though he's
I
doing
don't
the
think,
stunts.
I don't know if he'll get it. But
He
there's
should not
other
get it.
people.
Well, no,
doing
he
stunts
does,
in there.
and I believe it is the stunt coordinator who
will be
wins
up for-
the award.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
yes,
it wouldn't be
yes.
Tom Cruise
fine
accepting
with
it. It would be the stunt coordinator and all of the stunt doubles
Yeah.
and Tom Cruise.
Which I would argue, like the stunt coordinator on that film, he's not a professional stunt performer. So he has a harder job. The coordinator has to be like,
Working with Tom?
it's not
Also-
I mean, he's in fantastic shape. He's got the blood of Xena
Yes,
running
and
through him,
like
but-
for a normal stunt coordinator, if something goes wrong and your stuntman gets maimed or dies, you just finish Deadpool 2, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
If you kill Tom Cruise,
The guy's like, normally this fucks up the dude's face when we do the stunt, but we thought of
I mean,
some new thing.
Also,
There was-
how much must the insurance on those movies cost?
Insane.
Like on any
Tom must be paying him.
it was supposedly the most expensive movie ever made.
I
I'm sure that
bet
was part
because
of it.
here's the thing on like even on the kids shows that I've worked on, it'll be like if a kid pushes another kid, you have to have someone on set, you have to have insurance, you have to have this, you have to have that. I can only imagine how expensive it is to get stunted.
was it Fallout or Rogue Nation or one of the earlier sequels? He had that crazy stunt where he was jumping onto a roof and his foot
Fallout.
missed.
He broke his foot.
He
Yeah.
broke his ankle or something like that. And like it did, it delayed production
Shut down production
for a couple
the
months.
concept.
And the productions have insurance, but I bet he personally
paying some of himself.
had to get insurance for like bodily insurance.
And like Skydance finances these movies, and I think a lot of it is like they're covering a lot of that insurance.
I mean, I bet he probably would be like, I want to do the stunt myself.
Yeah.
I'll cover the difference that it would cost if it was just like Joe Nobody.
That shot in Fallout where he breaks his foot is the shot that's in the movie too.
By the way, stunt
Awesome.
people, awesome. They deserve more. They deserve more awards. But yeah, like Tom Cruise getting killed would be news for the next year.
Don't get me started.
Just for the next year?
I could talk more and more about Mission Impossible. They just put out a video like this week. If you've seen the movie, there's a part where he's skydiving. He actually did the skydive by himself and filmed it. Had a camera on his
Just
chest.
like Berg.
Just like Berg. Just like Berg. But in that sequence, his parachute catches on fire. They did that for real, where they like soaked the parachute in gasoline, or not gasoline, but a flammable liquid. He went out, and then it has an igniter, and it catches on fire. He did that stunt like 17 times.
He's gotta have a complex, right? Like I know
His
that
complex is, I want these movies to look good, and God bless him for it.
But
Xenu bless him for it.
But also, like, is he like he's got to be like an adrenaline junkie? Or
I mean, there's
something like that.
there's some part of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe a little God complex, a little savior complex. I would like to die for my art.
His daughter's not talking to him ever again, but hey, he's making great movies. So what's the trade-off? I don't know.
If he does die, especially if he dies midair, the Xenu bots just scoop his little soul right up.
Well, his things get transferred.
I think that's how it works.
Speaking of somebody willing to die for their art,
Oh yeah.
should we watch our final trailer?
Yes, we got one more trailer to get through right here. This is just dropped today, fresh trailer. Freakier Friday.
On a Friday.
It's
On a
a
Friday.
it's a freak off Friday.
No, we can't call it that.
Did he
anymore.
try?
We can't call it anymore.
Freak off Friday.
Let's watch the Freakier Friday trailer.
I love a movie that's shot in California.
Yeah, so someone who's not super familiar with the franchise,
You haven't read the novel?
Hey, I think they pee into a fountain at the same time, and then they switch bodies.
Oh, okay, fair. The freaky logic here, does it follow Jumanji rules? We were discussing, why does the accent stick with the body and not the person?
Right.
It shouldn't. It should.
It should stick with the person, right?
Yeah,
Because
it
your
should-
consciousness.
like if-
There's no biological
Manipulates your
difference
muscles.
between people that makes them have accents.
Right. Yeah. Like if we switched right now and you got drunk, you would sound like you were from Jersey.
Yeah. That only happens when you get drunk. So wait, do you have to drink the beer before we switch, or after
I've
we
had
switch?
90 beeros.
How does it work in Jumanji? The actors keep their same voice, or is it like Karen Gillan's voice coming out
You're
of Jack
talking
Black?
about the fake Jumanji, not the Robin Williams
I'm
Jumanji.
talking about the new. They're
there's
all
no
part
body,
of the same timeline.
There's no body swapping in
Yeah,
the
they're
original
all part of the same
Jumanji.
timeline.
I'm only talking about.
Well, that's
that's right, that's
Jumanji.
right.
Of
But-
the new Jumanji,
but-
that's the second one where they
Yes.
get downloaded.
But isn't it avatars? Are they?
Yeah, they're playing as
They're not body
avatars.
swapping. They're avatars.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so they're playing as the character, but don't they have in the second Jumanji? Am I making this up? That doesn't like somebody else's voice is coming out of the actor.
No, the problem is that like the people they didn't go into their same characters.
Yes.
So now the woman was Jack Black at one point, but now someone else is Jack Black. So it's almost like a Ready Player One scenario where like
okay.
you put on the VR set and it's moving as you, but its voice is already pre-programmed.
Listen, the accent should stick with
Yes.
the consciousness.
Yes.
Because
And I
it's
think
not-
Jamie Lee Curtis was
it
like,
has-
I'm not doing a British accent.
It has nothing to do with the placement of your tongue or
Right.
how your mouth is. It has to do. It's like in your head. That's why sometimes
it's
Madonna
your
sounds
consciousness
British.
controlling the muscles to make that
Yeah.
that noise.
It's why, like, when people like go overseas and what was that new interview with what's her face where people were like, why does she have an accent?
That new interview with
What's Her Face?
I
know,
know,
and-
Alec Baldwin's wife, who
Hilaria?
somehow has like a Spanish accent. She started getting a Spanish accent. Madonna kind of took on a new
Madonna,
accent.
yeah,
at one
it happens a
point.
lot. Like, especially if you spend time and like you're spending time there. So
Yeah.
it's because you're
Yeah,
around.
I agree. Also, I guess because Manny Jacinto is that girl's father, but I don't think he plays a British person in this movie. So I guess they're saying that maybe the mother of that girl is British.
The Britishness of it seems.
It seems
Well,
weird.
and-
stupid.
It seems like they
But-
cast this
to-
actor who's British.
To
and
be
they're like-
fair,
Yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians, Henry Golding is playing somebody from Singapore.
Right.
Right? Now, maybe I forget the exact plot of Crazy Rich Asians. Was he also raised in England?
Yeah, he was not like
Yes,
his
'cause
extended
they moved to
family is
England,
in
so-
Singapore.
Got it.
so
Got
it's
it. That's
not-
why he has an English accent.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. Guys, I can't
gotta
remember
pay
the
attention.
exact plots of every movie.
You gotta pay attention during Crazy Rich Asians.
I think this looks fun. I'd see this.
I mean, I'm all for like Lindsay Lohan having her comeback. She's earned it. She did her bad Netflix movies. She's stayed off the sauce as far as we know. She's not trying to prevent any child trafficking things that she thinks
what
are
will
going
be
on.
what will be a better movie in the long run? Freakier Friday or Karate Kid Legends?
I heard Karate Kid.
Two old school franchises getting brought back.
I
with
have
original
no desire to
actors.
see Karate Kid.
Listen,
Legends.
I'm a huge Karate Kid fan. I've seen most of the Karate Kids. Not the Jaden.
I've seen the
Smith one.
Hilary Swank one the most, ironically.
Yeah, I've seen the Hilary Swank one. Once Mr. Miyagi was gone, I didn't care.
Do you watch
anymore.
Cobra Kai?
I watched Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai, hilarious. Lots of really good comedy writers writing on that show. I heard Legends is great.
But you refuse to go see
No,
movies in theaters. so you haven't seen it?
listen. There's always
waiting for the screener, folks.
There's always some idiot with the phone, with the things,
All right.
and there's.
I agree.
I need someone to patrol the aisles. No, I think like I will probably go see it. They're playing it at the WGA theater. I might go see that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm more of a Karate Kid than
Yeah.
a Freakier Friday.
I like
think-
that in the same, just real quick, I like in the same Breakroom episode, Gina's complained about people in theaters, but also complained about having to sit in the front row.
Yeah.
But I think technically if you sit in the front row,
You won't have to worry
you
about
get the
it.
least disturbance from other humans.
Yeah, but you're doing this the whole time.
Wow.
It's true.
I can see up.
But a good theater, I feel like some
Red
of
Guardians
the
now?
better theaters, the front row is not as
Yeah,
close to
this-
the screen.
The ArcLight, R.I.P. dude. All of them had such big space between.
No
them
bad
and the front
seats.
This
row.
was
No bad
not. This
seats.
was like a screening at the Grove,
No bad
and
seats.
it was just right up there. And I was doing this the whole time. And then halfway through, you're trying to be like, how can I? If I scooch down, will my neck not
Grove's
hurt
rough.
as much? Yeah.
The Grove has better IMAX than Century City, but worse Dolby than Century
Yeah,
City.
but I will say, usually at screenings, people are respectful. Like it's like when you
Yes.
go to a normal movie that some idiot's
Yeah.
like, yeah, my phone's ringing. I'm gonna take it right now. Hello, I'm watching Freakier Friday. I don't know. It's a sequel.
I don't know why she doesn't have a British accent.
Now, was this?
It's a freak
Is
walk,
that
Gina.
meant to be your voice coming out of
Yeah.
your head, or is it somebody else that has been put inside you answering the phone in their normal voice?
I've been put into a small girl's body, and I'm watching Freakier Friday. I don't know why. Also, bad space work with my phone. I should be like this, but I'm doing this.
That's not a phone.
That's not a phone.
No, actually, I mean, again, unless you hold your phone.
We can make a weapon.
Or you're just doing this because you got the pop socket.
Oh, yeah,
so that's
you got-
how
I'm
it's
pop
supposed
socketing
to-
I'm
Yeah,
pop
what's
socketing,
that?
you can
Speak
tell.
of. I can't hear you. I've got a pop socket.
Editor Abby really hopes that this leads to a Herbie fully loaded.
I would love it. Listen, I would
Like
like.
another Herbie.
I mean, I think like she had some bangers for a while.
What would the Herbie Fully Loaded sequel? Would it be Herbie Reloaded, Herbie Resurrection,
Like Herbie Rebirth, maybe?
Herbie World Rebirth?
Herbie Out of the Garage? Herbie Junkyard?
Herbie 9 months
Herbie
sober.
And how do you make it? How do you make it
He's not
relevant
loaded anymore,
for
he's
a new
sober.
generation? These kids today don't even drive. They don't even want to drive. So
Oh,
how do you
this
make
is
it?
easy, Zach.
First of all-
Waymo? Is it Herbie versus Waymo?
Well, first
Yeah.
of all, that Herbie was a remake of a much earlier.
Right.
Of
Herbie.
course, yeah. There's a whole franchise, a long-running franchise.
So,
yeah.
and that was, they probably had that same conversation where they were like, how do we appeal to these?
And that was the
Herbie used to
appeal.
be a little bug, a little Volkswagen
It's still
bug.
a bug.
Was
There's
it a
always
bug?
a bug. Yeah.
In the,
That's the joy of it. It comes back and it's like good at racing.
Yeah, it's magic though. It also
I think now your Herbie story is that like these cars have computers.
because he was always a sentient. He was
Right.
always a
But
self-driving
now
car.
he's got other cars he can
Yeah.
talk to,
I think, okay, here's
but
my
they don't respect him.
Here's my pitch. Herbie comes back.
Okay.
He's set in auto mode, accidentally hits a pedestrian and kills him. And then Herbie,
It's
because
Herbie
he's
on
sentient,
trial?
he's on trial.
Yeah, it's a legal drama.
yeah.
Also, what if it's like Herbie and Tomater, but it's like a sex thing? You know what I mean?
But is this like Chippendales Rescue Rangers where it's like Herbie's live action, but Mater is like
still cartoon?
still Pixar?
I don't know. I just want to see how they do it.
I like the. I think they go, tire to tire.
Oh, I
You know
was
what
thinking
mean?
exhaust pipe to
yeah.
exhaust
Oh,
pipe.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think they're. Well, I think Mater's got that hook. You know what
Also,
I mean?
I I don't think Herbie ever. Obviously,
much of the audience
that
have we lost?
name is usually associated with maybe male characters, but like I don't know that Herbie's ever been gendered. I feel like cars by default are frequently made to be female.
No, in the original Herbie, everything in the world was male.
Well, that's true.
Did like a lady bend over at one point, and Herbie was like, and then like oil squirts out the side, like.
Or he like pooted out his exhaust pipe to blow her skirt up.
Yeah. We should. Abby knows the movie really well. We should ask.
She knows the new movie.
I know, but we should ask if Herbie is sex coded in that movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Herbie is implied male.
Yeah, in the
Herbie's
original.
definitely
original.
Herbie's definitely undercoated. I don't know about sex coded.
You got the undercut on Herbie? You don't want to
That's
rush.
a scam. That's a scam.
I do remember in the first movie when like Herbie and the dude, they're like smoking cigarettes. They're like, you see that lady walking by? And Herbie was like, wanga wanga. Auga. Now what about we bring in the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car?
Oh yeah, that
We
car
get a
can,
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang
that car
Bang.
can fly like the car at the end of Grease.
That's right. We should have the. Oh, okay. I'm seeing like a car multiverse.
Oh, yeah.
I just learned recently the Sherman Brothers, who wrote all the songs for Mary Poppins, also wrote all the songs
Great
for Chitty
songs.
Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh yeah.
They were pumping out bangers. Coming full circle back to Wicked and film adaptations of musicals.
I'm excited for it all. So those were all our trailers that we didn't get through this week. Very excited for all those. Let us know what you're most excited about in the comments. Other headlines from today, like we said, Superman's picture locked. It's done. It's ready to go. I would imagine we'll get a trailer soon for that. Warner Brothers has been pretty good about giving a heads up when a trailer is going to drop.
Yeah.
And
Tickets on sale.
we're technically past 30 days out
Yeah.
for that.
I mean, tickets are on sale for Fantastic Four, which comes out after Superman.
But James
3 weeks
Gunn is
later.
very savvy, I would say. Like, and I would say he probably has more input than the average writer director on a movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's very savvy about when he wants to release things for the biggest bang. Other like writers will like write a movie and then they'll be like, oh, I guess there's a trailer releasing. Like James Gunn has his hand in all those pies.
And Warner Brothers, for all their flaws, they're on a bit of a hot streak.
They've had a
They
good
had
year.
Sinners, Minecraft movie. They had another big one. I don't know. But so hey, maybe they've figured some stuff out. They know how to market a movie right now. I don't know.
All they had to do was fire everyone who worked for them.
They did and sell Coyote versus Acme. Thank God they sold it. But Fantastic Four tickets on sale set a record.
Yeah.
For like first day sales.
Just
or
for
something like
movies, 2025 movies.
that. Yeah. But still, like that's good. I wonder if like Warner Brothers wanted like some space. They need people to get another payday before they gotta buy tickets again.
Right.
Tickets are on sale for Jurassic World
They're
also.
like they're saving up $80 for popcorn buckets.
What if that's a sly move? They're trying to get people to spend their money.
So they have
Superman
no money
comes first.
They have no money left to buy Superman tickets.
Yeah.
What's the popcorn bucket going to be like for Superman? Have those already come out?
I haven't seen anything. Do you think they'll do a crypto bucket?
Or maybe a Fortress of Solitude?
Yeah.
You could do one of the Superman robot heads.
Yes.
Maybe Lex Luthor's bald head.
Again, eating out of a humanoid skull is
always
a little
weird.
strange. You got to make it a little bit more cartoony, like our Deadpool and Wolverine one.
How come they don't do pants popcorn buckets? Like they always do heads, but like I'd eat out of Superman.
What are iconic pants? Just the legs of Superman?
No, you get
His
the blue
briefs?
with the briefs on it, and then you're
Just then you're eating out of his butt?
Yeah.
What? That's like when you would take apart your
Now-
G.I. Joes
And,
and
like,
you
you're
get
tell-
one
you're telling
part
me-
that's just pelvis.
Now-
You're telling me this is less weird?
Yeah, this
This
is
was
less
meant
weird
to be a joke.
You're telling me the Dune worm is less weird?
than Superman's pelvis, hip, and groin region.
Fine, it's chest. It's chest. I'll eat out of the
Yeah, the
S-
symbol
S
makes
on
more
his
sense.
chest.
Now, my erotic tomater
Oh, okay.
popcorn bucket,
They
you
sell.
reach right in through the tailpipe.
It's not that. Oh gosh, Zach. They sell tomato popcorn buckets at
I do.
Disney.
Do they?
You
What
can
do they
make your
look like?
dreams.
Not like I want them.
Should we get to some of these other super chats and
Yeah,
questions on
super
there?
chats.
MC Baby over on YouTube asking, have you guys been on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot? I have not been on it
Oh,
yet.
I haven't.
Cosmic Rewind.
I haven't.
They redid Horizons to build that ride.
So that is not an up-down ride. That's
No,
a
it's
kind
more of an indoor coaster. It does a little spinning
cool.
too, from what I understand. I mean, that Aerosmith coaster F's me up.
Oh,
That's an intense coaster.
They still have that?
They still have it. They are now, people were complaining because they closed Muppet Visions 3D.
I love Muppet Vision.
That's what I'm talking about. Then they're changing that area into a Monsters area, a Monsters Inc. area. They're gonna reskin the Aerosmith coaster to be Muppets.
Oh,
I think it's
okay,
gonna be like an
good.
Electric Mayhem style
Okay.
thing.
Oh, fun.
But in Disneyland Paris, they reskinned the Aerosmith coaster to be, it's like a Marvel ride. It's on Avengers Campus, and it's like Iron Man's like Flight Force or something. And it's a very intense ride, and it's very good. The best part about that ride is you go through the queue, and there's like videos of like Captain Marvel and like Marvelani is Miss Marvel and like all these other characters. And then they have like a full Iron Man animatronic who's like fully moving and stuff like that, but it speaks French. The other the other actors are speaking English and stuff, and then Iron Man's like, Je te consomme, je pense pepper pots, and it's great. Like, I always love when you get like mixed languages and stuff like that. It's very fun on rides. But that ride will mess you up a little bit too. I found at Disneyland Paris, the coasters are all a little ricketier. They got a little more shake to them, a little more shimmy.
A little bit more red wine.
Your head gets a little more. That Space Mountain they have there, that will scramble your brains.
Listen, I'm a big fan of Tokyo Disney Sea. That's where I went.
That's where I need to go.
I went to Japan a couple years ago.
That's where I need to go.
You would love it. You would love it.
Gina, this question is for you.
Oh,
and I've
yes.
saved it for you. Kenzie Kugler, 22, they send in one bit
Okay.
to ask this question, and I'm going to honor it.
Yeah,
even though it's
honor it.
One bit, the tiniest bit.
Honor it.
They want your thoughts on Doctor Who.
Oh, on the finale?
Yes.
Doctor
Now,
Who?
I'll tell you what, I don't know Doctor Who at all. And I saw the clip come out. And I know the Doctor changes a lot.
Yeah.
He'll glow, they will glow, and then they take a new form. And this Doctor glowed.
Yeah.
And it took the form of a woman. And I said, I have no idea who that is. And then the internet was all akimbo
Because
about it.
Jodie Whittaker came back. Yeah.
So who did the Doctor Who become, and what does that mean for the world?
So I have a confession to make. I've been saving the finale.
Spoiler alert.
No. I already knew all that stuff, but I've been saving it to watch it until I have more time. Because usually when I watch things for these goofs here. I watch things for my cartoon podcast that I host, and then people are always asking me
Don't promote your other stuff on our channel.
Knowing is half the podcast.
Don't edit that out, Brian. Brian, edit that out. That's not ours. Take it out.
So I have a lot of stuff that I'm doing. So I have to save Doctor Who for like when I'm not focused on anything else. I've been rewatching Peacemaker in preparation for Peacemaker.
I need to rewatch it. That show was fun.
It was really good. But yeah, so I'm saving it. So I will come back to this question on a break room once. I think I might get time this weekend to watch it.
Oh, okay.
I apologize for not.
That's
not
okay.
getting on it.
I thought you loved Doctor Who, but I guess that was
Any other
I love it
super chats or
so much
questions?
that I got to
Yeah, we do. I had to look up what this person was asking. This person.
About the birds and the bees?
Yeah, they said, how does it work?
Well, okay, so one tow truck falls in love with the
You've had too many
Volkswagen.
bureaus, Zach. Kesselumen sent in did a 7-month sub. They asked, will we get Dawn Greenwood in Fantastic Four? And I had to look up who Dawn Greenwood was. And
Is
I still
that
don't know.
Ben Grimm's girlfriend?
No. Dawn
no,
Greenwood
that
lived
was-
with her father, Reg, and her twin sister, Eve, in Anchor Bay. Blah, 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 blah. She met the Silver Surfer at some point. Oh, this might be just like a woman the Silver Surfer fell in love with.
Oh, with like a human?
Wow.
Human lady?
With Norrin Rad.
Norrin Rad.
Well,
so
we don't-
Norrin
we
Rad
don't-
was cheating on.
We don't know that we're going to even get Norrin Rad in this movie.
Yeah.
Presumably not.
Yeah, I would say
Dawn's
probably-
blood
probably
type is
not.
O negative. She's the universal donor, folks.
Good for her.
Cut
Good
her
for
open.
you. Good for you,
Brandon.
fictional character.
Why do they know that? How do they? I guess someone said it in a comic book.
I doubt it. We
It
might
seems
get
like-
Ben Grimm's girlfriend though.
Who's blind? What's her name?
Yeah.
I forget.
I do forget.
She's blind, and that's the only way anybody can love him.
The wildest thing, though. Like
She sculpts him though.
I mean, dude, the
Like
fact
she sculpts a different version of him, or she sculpts him.
No, she sculpts a different version of him.
that, but still with the rock face.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He's like, why don't you come in here and do some sculpting? It's the only way I can feel anything.
Once you work this clay, baby.
Hey, get that chisel out. Why don't you hammer?
What
it?
is her name? Alicia?
That sounds right.
That's all
Masters?
guess.
Alicia
That's all
Masters?
guess.
No, is that somebody else?
I'm
I
gonna
do
guess.
love comic book characters. The King got created in the 50s. I mean, it's like, it still resonates that he feels ugly and different, and he's the only of the four that can't hide his powers or pass.
Listen, all
that's
he
still
needs to
resonant
do is,
today, but
he just needs to go on a season of White Lotus. Everyone will be
know,
like,
they'll
this
love
guy's
him.
so hot.
Especially now with the internet, it's like you could find a million people who want to fuck a rock. Dude.
Oh,
hell
absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Also-
the erotic literature around Venom could fill the Grand
Venom's
Canyon.
goose. I get that.
Yeah.
Isn't it also in the comic books, don't they give Ben Grimm like a serum once a year that turns him back into a person so he can age? Because otherwise he wouldn't age. It's some weird convoluted thing.
But also he has turned back several times.
Yeah.
And sometimes he chooses to become the thing again, and sometimes it's like, oh, we can only do this temporarily. Your cells can't maintain
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does. And on those nights, you know he's going all the on all the
Don't you
dating
think he like
apps
panics
and-
too much and he's like he makes too much of it and then all of a sudden it's like 9 p.m. and he's like I haven't gone out yet.
It's like what everybody.
Yeah, he lets
it's like
his
New Year's
anxiety
Eve,
win.
right?
Yeah.
It's never as good as you
It's
hope.
never, you've got too much planned.
Yeah,
And it's like all of his clothes are big now. And he's like, oh,
like-
where did I put my tiny human suit?
I do have 3 parties, but like one's in Pasadena
like,
and
we
one's in
know-
West Hollywood.
He wipes his ass too hard because he's used to like
I don't know
putting
why
too much
he's all of a
force.
sudden in California when he's usually in
Do we
New
know
York.
anatomically when he's in rock form? What's Ben Grimm looking like? You know what I mean?
I want to know, like, if he's eating food, like, does he, when he turns back into a human, does he then, like, poop out?
Oh, or
Oh, he
does-
still has guts. He still has normal guts.
His
right?
insides are the same.
Yeah, yes. I think his insides are the same.
What's that's the internet? They always know.
Yeah, I think his insides are the same, but that means,
Are
like,
the things inside.
this is just going to be the Brandon Googling stuff show. While we vamp.
Organic.
But no, I think when he would turn back into a person, it would take you at least a day to like stop knocking things over. You would think, like, have you ever like stepped
Phantom
up,
limb syndrome.
right,
kind of,
right,
yeah.
or like when you think there's a step there and you like step, like he thinks he's a lot heavier and bigger and everything than he is, so he's probably using too little force to like open doors and stuff, and he's like, eh.
Yeah, he's not rock all the way through is what I'm
Right,
seeing
right,
the
right,
most
right.
of.
He's got guts.
But it's a lot of like most comic book things. It's like it depends.
Right.
You know.
Right.
It's
Like
like
I
the
do
thing
think
with,
his organs are hardier than the average
yeah.
organs.
But they're normal. Like this is the thing with like the Hulk, right? Where it's like, oh, the Hulk. The angrier it gets, the stronger he gets, and he doesn't need to breathe air, and blah 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 blah, and all this stuff. And then it's like constantly in comic books, someone finds a way to like, oh, I gassed him, and he fell asleep, and it's like, okay, well that doesn't make any sense.
Well, like in Luke Cage, like it's his skin is
Yes,
vulnerable,
but the
but
insides.
like the insides are, because at one point it's like, oh he like has almost like a brain hemorrhage, and they can't figure out like how do I relieve this pressure if I can't, and then she goes in through his tear duct.
Right.
To
Yeah, the
relieve
Egyptians
it.
figured that out. You just
Pull out your whole brain through your nostrils.
No Toaster 9 gifting what's up, thanks so much. Jimmy Lav, 18 months sub, thank you again. Darth Avaguaco, 13 months sub, thank you so much. Sarah Hatchadorian over on YouTube asking, we in the Twitch chat would love if you were to DM a one-shot Breakroom D&D game. Any chance of this?
Oh, who?
We've talked
Which
about
one?
doing like, I don't know who.
John has been thinking about it for a long
Yeah.
time. He might have done some research. I don't know if he's capable of being the DM.
I bet
It's on-
Berg.
it's
I
on
bet
the-
Berg would make a killer DM.
Oh, yeah, I bet. And it would be annoying. It'd be like, well, actually, the vines can't do that because there's not enough light to create photosynthesis, so it'd be impossible to do that. It is something, it's on the board. We want to do it. Keep your eyes
Yeah, we got
peeled.
enough D&D players among the
Yeah.
staff, right?
Right. I've never played an official game of D&D, but I'm sure it'd be great. Like most sports.
It's a lot of math involved, though. Are you good at math?
Yeah.
A lot of math. People doing algorithm. What,
I mean,
what's
it's a fair amount of
long
math.
division. Yeah.
I know that you plus me equals us, calculus. Inzector Love 134 sent in a super chat over on YouTube asking, could Charles Dance's character in Frankenstein be a reprisal of his role as Master Vampire in Dracula Untold?
Oh.
People talk about that. No, because that was
Dracula Untold
a universal joint. That was part of.
Was that Guillermo del Toro though?
No, but that was
I don't-
part of the Dark Universe reboot with Tom Cruise's Mummy, right? Was that around the same time? It was yet another
that's
failure.
right.
in
Yeah,
that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why those movies don't do better. Like Universal monster movies used to be fucking killer.
Yeah, Eric and I talked about this. Like the Dark Universe they've built at Epic is great, and I hope that Universal tries to find a way to do that.
Kind of like Horror Nights Year Round kind of vibes.
Yeah,
or-
but it's more just like gothic, like kind of. It's kind of has like some modern elements to it, but it has the feel of like, you know,
Transylvania.
medieval, like
Yeah,
Transylvania,
yeah.
Europe, Eastern European town. Like, do that story. find a way to do it. I think the hardest thing is like monsters are your antagonists, and if they're the protagonists of your films, does it just mean like Dracula's fighting a worse vampire?
It worked
Like,
great
it's
in
boring.
Werewolf by Night, so.
Yeah, they found a way to do that in
Yeah.
a 1 hour TV movie thing. Like
It was great though.
I know. I think they could do it.
Did you see the trailer for that animated, I think it's called Dog God? It's an animated horror movie coming out that's kind of like rotoscope style.
Oh.
But it's like it's kind of based on like a famous witch trial, I guess, but there's werewolves, there's lots of demons, and lots of nudity. Check out that trailer. We will not be trailer trolling
show
that
that.
guy because you cannot show that on YouTube or Twitch, I believe.
Flitz sent in 100 bits saying, just FYI, Summer Game Fest is on, and we got a few Marvel games, and one of them is Deadpool VR game coming late 2025.
Hell yeah.
Do you press X to pun?
You got a disgusted noise
Disgusted
from
laugh
Brian.
from Brian for that one. They just also released that there's a new Marvel fighting game coming.
Yes.
They canceled a Black Panther game.
I know.
But I think they're still going to do that Captain America 1940s.
Oh, the one that
What-
got canceled was a
I
separate
think
Black
that's a
Panther.
separate
game?
Black Panther.
What do we got? Does anyone have a Switch 2 yet?
I do.
And Brian has one as well.
Oh,
right.
and Jessica?
And Jessica has one. A pretty high percentage in the.
You know,
It sounds like we're paying you guys too much.
it was impossible to pre-order them, and then you could just like walk into some stores and they had them.
Yeah. Costco was selling like bundles of two.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone would need
Dom Ella sent in a 20-month sub. Hi there, everyone. Hello, Dom Ella.
Hi.
Sarah Hatchadorian pointing out Tom Felton, Draco in the movies is joining Cursed Child.
Yes,
LOL.
we were talking about that this morning.
I know, wild role. Cursed Child, the Harry Potter play.
Which Brandon says is insane. He
It,
just saw it
it was
last
insane.
night.
It was insane. Great practical effects. Insane story. It is insane. You can read the book. The book is just the play written
I
out.
don't want to read a play. I want to see a play.
It used to be a 2-night thing where you either go to a matinee, then go to dinner, then come back and see the second part, a la like Angels in America.
Oh,
Or you go one night and then go back the second night to see the second part. I sat through 3 hours of it, and I was like, if you told me I had to come back again, nah. The only musical I ever walked out of at intermission, Cats.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel
The
like
wife and I said,
that's-
we're not coming back for the second half.
Rum Tum Tigger didn't do it for you?
Rum Tum Tugger is a terrible game. No. Wild stuff in that show.
The world's most hated musical.
Do your eyes glow at night?
Made $1 gajillion, ran for 40
I
years.
know.
Though it's coming back soon. I mean, Phantom's already going on tour again. They're about to do like a Sleep No More version of Phantom. Where like
immersive theater?
yeah, it'll just be like in a building in
I
New
could
York.
have my
You
very
walk
own
through the parks.
stalker?
Yeah, you could be like, you can walk down to the basement and the Phantom just like, Christy!
Do they still drop a chandelier? Talk about insurance.
Don't stand under the chandelier. Let's see. No Country for Old. I can't say. They sent in a super chat saying, "Where's Survivor Corner? We want more Survivor." I don't watch Survivor.
Well, stick around, sneak peek. It still might come up. And pay close attention in the coming months. There might be some Survivor coverage.
I will say on Sneak Peek, dropping on New Rockstars on Sunday, we had special guest Kylan from The Challenge. MTV's The Challenge joined us. That was an exciting conversation. Check that out if you're a reality show head. He was great too.
So glad the challenge is still going.
The Challenge is great.
wrong.
The Challenge is
I
great.
mean, I used to watch it when it was still Real World, The Road Rules challenge.
I know.
Over 40 seasons of the challenge.
Yeah.
Whew. Wait,
Yeah.
does that includes the original? That's
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, they
No,
count
but
it.
not counting Road Rules or Real World, just 40
Just
seasons
the
of
challenge.
the Real World Road Rules challenge.
Oh, right. That's right.
Because they do more than one a year.
And it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
more than 40 now that they have All Stars. Like
Yes.
that's a whole
Those people,
separate.
International.
those people, those like long timers, like Johnny Bananas, they're doing terrible things to their bodies.
I mean, they're doping for sure.
But they're for our own benefit.
Yeah.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah. Keep doing it.
It's still real to me, damn it.
You guys and Tom Cruise, you're gonna die doing what you love.
Yeah. And thank you, Troyan, for subscribing with Prime. I think that's it for us today.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for our trailer trial today. We hope you enjoyed it. A lot of exciting stuff come out. Crack a beer this weekend. Have a great time. Thank you, Gina and Zach, for being here today. Thank you, Brian, for producing the show today and making sure we stayed on the air. We didn't get kicked off, right? YouTube didn't kick us off.
Yeah, nice work, Brian.
They love us over at YouTube. FYT's in the chat, guys. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next week. We'll be back on Monday with another big headline show and lots of fun stuff coming later in the week. We'll catch you next time. Follow at Breakroom and R on all social channels. Have a good weekend. Late us, Goodbye.